So, lecture on objectives of editing. Myself, Dr. Ramavat Ravi, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Pingley Government College for Women, Warangal, Telangana. Today, we are going to discuss about the objectives of editing. So, before going to talk about the objectives of editing, we deeply we briefly discussing about the introduction of editing. Editing is a process of examining or inspection of financial various financial statements prepared by the company auditors. So the continuous evaluations of reports and verification of reports done by the auditors. Auditor has playing the major role to verify to examine the records of company. As for company law and as per Edit Act, so professional editor, so the editor must qualify the CA, Chartered Accountants in India. So now coming to the objectives of editing. There are two types of editing is there. First one is the primary objective and secondary objectives. Let me discuss the primary objective of the editors or editing. As for the section 222 of the Company Act 1956 and amended Company Act 2013, the primary duty of objective of the editor is to report, submit to the owners, clients. The preparation of reports and whatever the report prepared by the editor, that should be submit to the owner of the company or client of the company. That is the first one. Whether the balance sheet given as true and fair view of the company's state affairs and profit and loss accounts, given correct figure profit and loss account for the particular year. So editor has basically appointed by the client. Based on the client submitted data, whatever the statement he has submitted, so editor has evaluating each and everything, and his or her primary duty is to submitting the reports, whatever the statement he has examining and evaluating and inspected. So that should be in form of written. We should communicate to the owners. That is the primary objective of the editors. Every editors, each and every editor should be a primary objective is a to preparation of the reports as for the company law, as for the rules and regulations of the editing procedures, editing board. So these are the basic objective of the editing. Now coming to the secondary objectives. It is also called incidental objectives. The primary objective and incidental objectives. And it is incidental to the satisfaction of the main objectives. The incidental objectives of editing are secondary objectives are: first one, detection and prevention of fraud. First one, detection and prevention of fraud. Second one, detection and prevention of errors. So basically, these two is different. Fraud is different from errors. Now, the secondary objective, the incidentally objectives, the incidentally is happen. Now, going to brief detailed study about the fraud. Secondary objective, among that two sub objectives we are decided, that is the fraud and errors. First one is the fraud. What is the fraud and how the editor will examine verifying the fraud and how he came to know the source in the particular time he fraud will happen in the particular records. The fraud mean basically wantonly it's happened. The editors and management, what whoever may be that, the wantedly it's the problem will occur, manipulation of records, manipulation of accounts, and these procedures we are calling fraud. The following are the methods of defalcations involving misappropriation of cash or goods. Either misappropriation of cash or good also under the fraud only. First one, the few things we are going to discuss about the fraud. By misappropriate the receipts of not recorded the same in the cash book. Misappropriate accountant doesn't record whatever the receipts. For example, X is a debitors. He has a pay due amount by due amount of rupees 10,000. But the record actually is not happened in the book. Mean is a misappropriate the receipt by not recording the same in the cash book. That is also, and in case of payment also something. By destroying the carbon copy or counter file of the receipt or misappropriate the cash receipt. When the clerk entering the transaction, so that must be written in the carbon copy, a duplicate copy which we should maintain improperly. But a duplicate also can manipulate it, but original is different and duplicate is different. So like that, they are going to maintain the misappropriate of records, destroying the carbon copy or counter file of the receipts and misappropriating the cash received. This is also under the fraud deflection. And third one, by entering lesser amount on the counter file and misappropriate the difference between money actually received and the amount entered on the counter file receipt. Actually, amount received by the accountants is different, and whatever the amount is entered in the counter file is a different. Mean is a misappropriate of account. Less amount we are entering. It is a wantedly entered to cheat the company owners. So this thing will happen by the wantedly. So we call is very simply is a misappropriate by the somebody. So a received and amount entered in the counter file is a different. So such as the fraud. And next one, by not recording the receipt of sales as casual nature of example, sales of scrap, sales of old newspaper. Example, sales of scrap. Casually we are not recording anything. Continuously we are selling scrap or some old newspaper will selling, but we are not entering. Actually we sales will happen, but we are not entering any records in a proper manner. Such things also under fraud. Next one, by omitting to record cash donations received by non-profit making charitable institutions. Non-profit making mean these are voluntary associations, voluntary organization, mean educations, hospitals to hospitals and sports and cultural clubs and urban house. These are the example for the non-trading organizations. these non-trading organizations mostly depends on the founders money, or or they are receiving money in terms of donation from the others, including government also. So this is amount has not showing in the proper book of accounts. This also under the covered by the fraud. And coming to the next one, by misappropriating the cash received on the discounting the bills receivable and showing them as a bills outstanding on hands. So actually discount bills receivable and showing the bills outstanding on hand. So actually the bill has discounted and showing the outstanding of the hands. This is also under covered by the fraud. By misappropriating cash received from the debtors. Misappropriating cash received from the debtors and cancelling the same by giving artificial credit to the debtors in the form of bad debts, discount of sales return, etc. Because actually the cash amount has received from the debtors, but they're intentionally so treated as bad debts, and that should be converted into canceling the bad debts. Because yes, over a period of time, such type of bad debts we are canceling. So such thing will wantonly will happen, but actually cash is received, everything is fine, but the intentionally they are showing bad debts, and some fine day they are canceling everything due to the due to the bad debts, continuous bad debts they are showing like that. And next, adapting methods of teaming and load landing lapping process. Under this method, cash received from one debitors is misappropriated and beneficiary in the debitor's account and is made good when another payment is received by the second debitor, crediting the second debitor's account less by the amount. This process is carried out. So it is clearly showing like the payment is received from second debitors and by crediting to the second debitors, debitors. Like around the years, such thing will happen. So this is also a one type of fraud. By surprising the cash sales by not recording them or by treating the cash sales as a credit sales. Actually, they are happened in cash sales, but we are not showing in cash sales. Instead of cash sales, we are showing a credit sales. And later we are converting into the bad debts. So this is a technically happen in showing that's such a thing will happen in a systematically, and they are showing to bad debts and they are canceling everything. This is the process will happen by surprising. Okay, next one, misappropriate the sales proceeds. VVP sales and sales of goods are approval basis by treating the transaction goods received not approved. This also under the cover of fraud. By under casting receipts, it's a casting receipts. By under casting receipts, say total of the cash books. By recording fictitious or bogus payments. Fictitious mean like artificially we are showing like goodwill, trademark, copyrights, like that. We are showing excess amount. Actual amount is different. We are showing more amount on that particular things, and they are climbing like that. By showing the same it between twice time. Okay, it is also one type of fraud. Example for that, showing the same payments twice or more than twice also. Because so payment to X, for the stationery, purchase of stationery. That is happened in the beginning of the in the month of April, but again we are showing in the month of October and in month of January. Mean is twice or more than twice also we are showing same thing and we are claiming that amount. So this is also thing will happen in the fraud. And by showing credit purchases as cash purchases and misappropriating the amount, these also one of the major factor will happen in that one. By recording the personal expenses as a business expenses, whatever the expenses incurred by the personally, but they are showing such amount in the business expenses. So this is also the fraud. By not recording discount and allowances given by the creditors and misappropriate of the amount. So actually we are giving discount to creditors and some allowances to the some creditors, but actually they are not showing intentionally. So it is treated as the like a uh, fraud, one type of fraud. By recording the discount and allowances like that, by overcosting the payment side total of the cash books, and recording the fictitious and inflated purchase and misappropriate that amount. Okay. And by surprising the credit note for return and showing the full payment to the creditors, by including the names of dummy workers. Actually, in the business form, uh, enrollment of workers is 100, but actually in the field physical verify, when we are physically verifying, actual worker is working in the factory only 50 or more than 50, because they are showing intentionally 100 member in record, but in physically only 50% is working in the in working place. This is a different showing in actual record and physical place work. So this is the one type of major fraud happened in the routinely. And and they're showing dummy names, the job of wage sheets, and misappropriate the amount. The dummy name amount has transferred to and payment to the concerned amount person, and again they are recollecting from so and so etc. By overcasting the total of wages seats and drawing the amount are misappropriated. So these are the major things happen in the what we call fraud. And by misappropriating the undisbursed wages, so we are deeply discussing about the what is the fraud, and a different example for the fraud. Now coming to the procedure to be followed, detect the errors. And fraud through the manipulation of accounts. It implies the presentation of accounts more favorably than what they actually are. Window dressing means showing as a wrong picture. The fraud through a manipulations of accounts is also known as window dressing, because accounts are manipulated to show a wrong picture of the profit and loss of the business and its financial state of affairs. Generally, this type of fraud is committed by the people at the top management level. This type of fraud basically done by the top level management. This does not involve any misappropriations of cash or goods, but it is either overstatement of profit or understand of the same. Such fraud is committed with a certain objective, and it is relatively difficult to detect. Now, procedure 2, be follow detect errors. Now coming to the errors point of view, what do you mean errors? What is the meaning of errors? Let me discuss one by one. Error, it is also a mistakes happen in the records. But whatever the mistakes happen in the records, financial statement, that should be not wantonly is happen. Unknownly it is happen. Unknownly is happen. So they are not intentionally is happen. But it is happened. The mistake will happen, but unknownly is happen. Actually, they received cash from debitors rupees 1000, but when they are entering, debit side is a 1000 and credit side is a 1000. That is the principal's mistakes. Mean there, but unfortunately is happen. So such type of mistakes we are called errors. Mean unwantedly, unknownly is happen. So that is called errors. Now, the following procedures may be adopted by the editor to detect the errors. Number one, check the opening balance from the balance sheet of the last years. First, check the opening balance of the concerned balance sheet. By checking the opening balance and they compare to opening to closing balance of the particular year, so they can identify that they detect the where errors will happen. Either errors will happen genuinely or not. Then they cross verify it and verifying that, and finally they detect the errors. Next, check the posting into respective ledgers accounts. Check the posting into respective ledger accounts. Basically, first the whatever the transaction will happen, that same should be recorded in first in journal entries. So after entering the journal entries, then that transaction will posting into the ledger book. What is the ledger book mean? A similar nature of transaction putting together, putting together a particular place we call a ledger. Like sales is there. All the sales transaction putting one place and we call sales ledger. All the wages payments and wages related activities transaction to putting one place we call wages ledgers, like purchase ledger, expenditure ledger, salary ledger, like etc etc. And check the posting in respective ledgers. Already we discussed. Check the total of subsidiary books. Whatever the books we are prepared in subsidiary book, cash book, etc. Sales subsidiary book. Those book has again we are going to re-verify the total of that one and verify all costing and carry forwarders. All the carry forwarders from the previous year we should calculate against a uh, recalculations and retotaling of that one, and ensure that the list of debitors and creditors total with a ledger accounts. Ensure that the list of debitors and creditors tally with the ledger accounts, to make sure that all the accounts from the ledgers are taken into accounts. Verify the total of trial balance. Compare the various items from the trial balance with that of the previous years. The comparing various items from the trial balance with the help of previous data. So when we are comparing, any lapse will happen, any errors will happen, automatically we detect that one and find out the amount difference and see whether an item of half or such amount is entered in wrongly. The check the difference involving around the figures of rupees 1000 and rupees 100, etc. See where there is a misplacement or transposition of figures that 45, 54, or 81, 18, etc. These are the example of the misplacement and think will error, a typographical error happen in the financial transaction. These things we call errors happen in the book of financial transaction. And ultimately careful scrutiny with only the remedy for the detection of errors. See that no entry of the original books has remained unposted. And thanking you for. Okay, once again, I'm going to show the PPTs. The objectives of editing. The objectives of editing, there are two main objectives of editing. First one, primary objectives and secondary objectives. The fraud, and you see that one, the fraud means the willful misrepresentations made with an intention of deceiving others. It is an deliberate mistake committed in the accounts with view to the get personal gain. In accounting, fraud means two things: defalcation involving misappropriate of either cash or goods, fraud manipulation of accounts not involving in deflections. Okay. Next thing, fraud through the deflections. And these are the following fraud from coming to that one. Fraud through manipulation of accounts. Procedure to be followed to detect the errors. And thank you.